Welcome to episode 1 of the Pastry Cut. You might be thinking, what on earth is the Pastry Cut? Probably because no one that you know has been stupid enough to do it, but I'll explain to you. Over the next 6 weeks, I'm going into a fat loss phase. I'm basically going to take myself through my own fat loss program to lean up a bit going into the summer. But it comes with a bit of a twist. Every single day for 6 weeks, I'm going to be having a pastry every single day as part of that dieting phase. So 42 pastries in total. We're currently only 5 days in, and so far I've had 2 almond croissants, a pan au chocolat, caramel tart, which actually didn't turn out to be a caramel tart, it was a pear tart, which wasn't very nice, and a cookie, which wasn't really a pastry, but it was all the bakery had. So within this video, I'm going to show you how I set up a fat loss phase for 6 weeks, while also including that into my daily calories. And by the way, this is my starting position. This is me at 72.7 kg. Already relatively lean, but I just want to take it a step further. So going through some basic maths of how I've calculated calories and how I've worked it all out to make sure that I lose definitely 8 pounds in this time. We know that 1 pound of body fat is 3,500 calories. I want to lose about 8 pounds. If I was to times that by 8, it would be 28,000. So this is the deficit that I need to create over time if I want to lose 8 pounds of body fat. And we know in 6 weeks, it's 42 days. So I would divide that by 42, 666. So I know that every single day I need to be in a deficit of this if I want to achieve that goal. So what I've done for me is calculate roughly what my maintenance calories would be, which is about 2,700. From there, I've taken away that amount. So my goal, especially for the first couple of weeks, is going to be a calorie range of 2,000 to 2,100. I can adjust that along the way based on progress and if I do end up hitting a mini plateau, but that's going to be a really good starting target for me. So breaking that down, I've got about 2,100 calories to play with a day. Now, obviously with having to have a daily pastry, I need to take that into consideration because generally speaking, a pastry is probably one of the worst foods for nutritional value with protein and fiber. So if I take that away around 600, I am left with 1,500 calories that can be dedicated to proteins, fibers, good quality foods, and your whole foods. Within that, I'm aiming for around 150 grams of protein and around 25 grams of fiber. This is day 5 so far, so I've got 4 days worth of data, and this is the stats. My weight started at 72.7 and now it's 69.4. Generally speaking, over those first couple of days, you might drop a little bit of body fat, but it's mainly gonna be water and bloat. Essentially spent so long at maintenance or sometimes a slight surplus that when I go into a deficit, I sort of deplete myself. That's why it's dropped quite quickly. Obviously, it's not gonna continue like that, it's going to level out. And the rest of the weight that I see over the 6 weeks is going to be body fat. The reason I like to weigh daily is so I can collect a weekly average as well. And this is something that I do with my clients that almost takes away any anomalies that come into play. Whether it's downward anomalies, if I drop a kilo overnight, obviously I don't consider it as body fat. And if I gained a kilo overnight, I wouldn't consider it as body fat. So over these 6 weeks, I'm going to expect that to happen. However, the average over time is going to show me where things are going. And obviously with the progress photos as well, which I'm going to do weekly. And to be completely honest, the first 5 days has been quite hard. I know it sounds good that I get to eat a pastry every day, and that part of my day is probably the most enjoyable part, but the things around it need to be sacrificed. I am not going to drink alcohol for 6 weeks, or if I do, it might just be one, but I highly doubt I'll bother. When it comes to eating out, I'm probably going to try and limit that as much as I can, but I have got a few things planned that I'll factor for, and I need to make a good decision around. I am going to have to say no to people. I am going to have to make decisions that I don't necessarily want to make. And that's the reality for any fat loss phase. Considering the pastry or not, it's something that has to be applied if you're going through a period where you want to drop body fat. That's the point a lot of people get wrong, is they think that life can just stay the same and they make a few tweaks and all of a sudden the weight flies off. When in reality, it's not like that. There's a lot of sacrifices and there's a fair bit of restriction that goes into a fat loss phase. And this is why I want to document it and show you that, number one, on one side of the equation, you can eat foods that you enjoy every single day and lose weight. But on the other side of the equation, you have to go through times where it's really not fun. That's essentially why I wanted to do this pastry cut, because you've got a 50-50 balance of 2 of those things coming together. It's why I only want to do it for 6 weeks, because it's an unsustainable approach. I wouldn't recommend anyone else doing it, but for 6 weeks, I'm going to commit to it, document the journey and show you how it goes along that as well. So this is episode 1, and I'm going to show you through the weeks, the progress that I'm making, the pastries that I'm having and how it's all going. And if you have any recommendations of pastries that I must try throughout the 6 weeks, because that's the beauty, I get to have one every single day, comment it below. And if you want to see the journey of how it unfolds, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you chuck a like on this video as well.